Hello, hello, and welcome. My name is Jay, and I am your StriveScan facilitator for this evening here. We are so excited to have you all and have you join us here. Whether you are watching live or watching the recording, we are super happy about this. So we have 6 great facilitators who are going to be here today to tell you all about their schools. This is the Missouri Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. So just a few housekeeping items that I have before we jump on in and get started. There is a Q&A button that you should see at the bottom or top of your screen. That is going to be how you can communicate and ask questions to any of our presenters at any time. Go ahead and ask your questions there. Please state which school you're asking the question to, just so the right representative reaches back out to you. Also, your camera and microphone are off, so don't worry, we cannot see or hear you, but you should be able to see and hear us. Now, there are going to be many sessions still happening later this evening and some tomorrow. So if you want to register for more sessions and learn about more great schools associated with Missouri ACAC, we would love for that to happen. Also, this presentation is being recorded. So within about 1 week, you can go to strivescan.com/Missouri and find the recording so you can follow up with any of our presenters or get any information that you may have missed. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now and pull up our first presenter here, University of Nebraska-Lincoln. Come on up. Hey there, Steve.
Couple extra clicks and now I'm gone. All right. Thanks for being with us all this evening. We have some really cool people on here tonight, so I'm going to try to get my screen shared and get started here for you. I am the Greater St. Louis regional representative for the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. So I'm actually talking to you from my home in Edwardsville, Illinois, right outside of St. Louis. We are a Big Ten school, which we may be familiar with. But I'm going to just go through some high points, what I think that maybe you're thinking about at this point in time in your academic search. As an upcoming junior, you want to know the highlights. So get this information out to me now, Steve. What do you would like us to know? These are some of the top things that I would want to make sure that if it was my student, my child, or if I was looking at schools, I would like to know. How big a school are we? What type of research do we do? How many majors do we offer? In-state versus out-of-state. We're a moderately sized public university. We're the second smallest school in the Big Ten, which surprises a lot of folks. We're about 20,000 undergraduates, 25,000 when we add our graduate student programs. But with 150 plus areas of study, there's lots of different choices. But the greatest thing is we do allow students to apply as undecided, even in specific areas like engineering. Another piece that you may want to think about asking schools as you're going through this process too is, are you a direct entry or a secondary entry? We offer direct admission into every major with one exception at the University of Nebraska, and that only exception is nursing. That requires a secondary application, typically at the end of the sophomore year. But we direct admit into all of our majors. So if you are interested in engineering or business or actuarial sciences, we direct admit into all of those programs. Lincoln, Nebraska is the state capital of Lincoln. These are some of our key partners that really help us remain on the cutting edge of research, technology, and how we educate students. In the bottom left-hand corner, there's a group called HUDL, which when I started working there, I called it HUDL, and that's wrong. It's called Huddle. Huddle was actually created at the University of Nebraska, and its world headquarters is in Lincoln. It was created by 3 of our business school graduates. So you never know. And then we had this really nice gentleman, Warren Buffett, who's also a graduate of our business school. Places like Hewitt, Nelnet, Microsoft, you can see these are the type of connections that we maintain and have to maintain to make sure our students are getting the education and the preparation they need. Second most affordable college town in the United States, and rated as one of the best values in education for public institutions. We, as you're going to hear tonight from other schools, I won't say who, but we are now test optional. This lists our fall 2021, and we now know that's going to happen for fall 2022. both applications and scholarship. So makes it a lot easier for students who may want to give us their test score if they've taken it, but if they don't want to provide, they don't have to. And in fact, for all practical purposes, we don't require an ACT or SAT for admission. We're going to look at the academic core, as most of our other schools will too, 4 years of math, 4 years of English, 3 years of science, and so forth. We do really like to see students who have 2 years of a world language, because some of our academic programs will require you to take a foreign language or a world language at the collegiate level. Our application, we accept our Nebraska application. We're also a Common App school. So if you're going to try to get as many out of the way as you can, we will accept a Common App as well as the Coalition app. Our application takes typically about 35 to 40 minutes. Last but not least, we have been very fortunate this past year in being able to welcome visitors in a socially distanced manner since the beginning of August. That was continuing and will continue. So if you are a junior or if you're a late deciding senior, we are still accepting visitors and welcoming visitors on a daily basis with some exceptions. So, and you can just go to our go.unl.edu/visit to check us out. I'll be posting my information in the chat, and I'll be ducking out of here with my slideshow now to keep us on track. So nice to see you all virtually, and hopefully we'll see you and talk with you again. Thanks, Jay.
Yeah, thank you so much, Steve. We're going to bring up our second school now here, University of Richmond. Go ahead and take it away, Rachel.
Okay, just setting my timer and getting ready. So I am going to share with you a little bit about the University of Richmond today and what campus is like today and currently. One really quick housekeeping note for me, I'm going to have to scoot after my presentation, so I won't be able to answer questions at the end, unfortunately, but I am going to drop my contact information in the chat, and then it'll be on this presentation as well. So the University of Richmond is focuses primarily on the undergraduate experience, along with many other benefits found at a larger research university. We incorporate the teachings of the liberal arts and sciences with schools of business and leadership, law, and professional and continuing studies. So the 3 undergraduate schools at Richmond are business, leadership, and arts and sciences. We are all about academic freedom and flexibility when discovering your passion. Students declare their majors and minors during their second year, and it's not unusual to declare more than a major. In fact, 2 out of 3 students will combine studies from over 100 plus majors and minors. Our top 5 most popular programs this year were business, biology, leadership studies, accounting, and psychology. One note about our School of Leadership Studies, since it was the first undergraduate school in the US, leadership can be applied to all careers. And many of our leadership majors choose to have another major or minor like healthcare, global studies, political science, and business. We study leadership from the past, present, and future, focusing on what effective leaders do, becoming an analytical thinker who is well-versed in ethics and group dynamics. So we support 3,000 undergraduates in a residential setting. Although COVID has temporarily altered our learning environment, we've quickly transitioned into a model that offers active learning because 98% of our classes, have 30 students or less. It's beneficial not only for in-person classes, but also our virtual interactions. We are currently working on plans for the fall, and we'll maintain that residential learning experience as well. And then on this slide, you'll see a map of our student population. The first year incoming class is always around 800 students. Your classmates come from across the globe, and 12% are international. We believe that having a diverse campus is important to a successful college career, and we work to create an environment that is welcoming to people of all backgrounds, identities, and viewpoints. So here is a beautiful aerial shot of our campus. It's a beautiful setting, very park-like with a lake. It's peaceful with plenty of green space around you. The buildings are collegiate Gothic, and if you don't know what that is, our buildings look a little like Princeton University because our older buildings on campus were designed by the same architect, actually. Richmond is lucky to be located in the capital of Virginia, and the city is about 6 miles or 10 kilometers from campus, and we provide transportation to get around. And we're centrally located on the East Coast as well, with about 2 hours from DC and about 6 hours from New York by train. The Richmond Guarantee, I would say, is one of our more signature programs. We guarantee every student up to $4,000 for 1 summer of funded internship or professor-led research experience. So all of those opportunities for internships that might be unpaid or research opportunities, imagine what you could do if you had the funding to pursue those opportunities. And we're really happy to provide, have provided over $2 million to our students so far. And here is just some basic overview of our rankings and standings, but I think the best way to get a sense of our campus is to connect with some of our students. You can head to our website and contact a student and start a conversation with them right now. You can also contact me. Again, I'm your Missouri representative, Missouri and Kansas area representative. So please feel free to reach out to me, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. And I'll go ahead and yield my time.
Thank you so much, Rachel. Really appreciate you taking the time to be here. Regent University, go ahead and come on up.
Well, good evening, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight and listening to all these wonderful colleges. It's such an exciting time to be thinking about your future. My name is Jeannie Getz, and I am an enrollment coordinator with Regent University. We are a 4-year private Christian university. We are located in Virginia Beach, so also another Virginia school tonight. We're also located online, and that's not just because of COVID, but over 4,400 of our 11,000 students are undergraduates who are either taking classes with us online, they're living on campus with us, or they're commuting to campus. So we do have a very diverse student body. Our students represent all 50 states, 90 countries, and 40 different denominations. You can see here our average test scores and GPA at Regent, though. We are looking at the student holistically. We're considering each student as an individual, so we're going to take a look at your extracurriculars during high school, the difficulty, the rigor of your classes in high school, and other information that you submit during the application process. Just like many schools, we are also test optional right now, although we do encourage, if you do have those test scores, to submit them to us, as well as it does give us a better idea of your academics. Here you can see that we have a very rich history of more than 40 years of being an award-winning, regionally accredited liberal arts university. And for 9 years in a row, we have been recognized by U.S. News and World Report for offering the best online bachelor's program in Virginia. So this is a fantastic benefit for our students now more than ever, in this new virtual world, and also for students who have decided that they want to study fully online in the future. Maybe you've had actually a great experience during high school, during COVID, and being online, and it's something you want to pursue while you're in college. We have curated a comprehensive curriculum for which we are only one of 23 schools across the entire country to receive that A rating, and that basically means that we're going to give you a really strong foundation with your general education courses. So once you start in those courses that are in your designated major, you will be successful. 90% of our faculty do hold that highest degree in their discipline. Many times that's a PhD. Many of them are still actively working too in their field. So they're going to bring that real world experience into the classroom, and you'll be able to benefit from that as a student. You can see here that our student to faculty ratio is 17:1. We really value this intimate setting. We feel like it helps you to build lasting relationships with your peers, and also maybe receive more personalized instructions from your professors. And as you go through college, these relationships are going to be invaluable, especially as you start to grow your network and look for jobs in your chosen field. We do realize that figuring out finances is a huge factor in which school you choose to decide to go to. And at Regent, we are committed to making our education affordable. We do rank in the top 5% of most affordable private Christian colleges and universities, and 85% of our undergraduate students do receive some sort of aid. We have a number of institutional opportunities for aid, and we always encourage students to fill out that FAFSA, take advantage of federal aid as well. On the lower right-hand side of your screen, you're going to see our net price calculator. This is a great resource for us to help you to break down your costs based on your individual circumstances. And like I said before, maybe you are a student who just prefers that flexibility of learning online on your own schedule. You aren't able to move to Virginia to come to school on campus with us. Tuition in this case is determined by course load, and at Regent University, 12 or more credits per semester is considered full-time. At Regent University, we have over 135 different programs of study, all the way from the arts to STEM degrees, and we offer associates all the way through doctoral programs. And for those students who are desiring to expand their knowledge using a more classical approach, we do have a newly revamped honors college that does really offer a challenging curriculum in a cohort collaborative style environment that's really going to foster your knowledge, your character, and your skills. At Regent University, we do offer our students many resources to ensure their success, whether you're living on campus with us, you're commuting, or you're studying online. One of my favorites is the career services. Our students and alumni can receive professional help on their resumes, learn how to interview better, find internships, externships, jobs, as well as access our premium career assessment. And we do realize going to college is a 360-degree experience. A lot happens that's beyond just the classroom. And at Regent, we have many opportunities for you to grow. We have about 55 student-led organizations, including a surf club. We are very close to the beach. We have a moot court. We do have a law school, and a student activities board is a very popular group as well. We offer 9 collegiate sports, as well as a club and intramural sports. We do have a state-of-the-art performing arts center where students can either watch or participate in several productions throughout the year. And if you're interested in a military career, we offer several ROTC programs and scholarships. You will not be alone. About 30% of our student body is military affiliated. And here's just a map of where we are located. Again, we are on coastal Virginia Beach, just a short drive from the boardwalk. In the state of Virginia, there are 38 state parks and 21 national parks, so perfect places to explore, relax, unwind on the weekends. Virginia is home to several historic sites as well, including historic Williamsburg. You can see here on the map that we are close to the Outer Banks in DC. We always encourage students, if you can, to visit us on campus for a tour, or we do have a virtual tour online. You can apply online or call and speak to one of our admissions counselors. They will waive that application fee. We do operate on a rolling admissions, so if you are a senior tuning in right now, it is not too late to apply for this coming fall. And here at Regent, we look forward to helping you discover your future. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Jeannie. Really appreciate that. We're going to move right along now to University of Alabama. Amanda, take it away.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Amanda Sisk. I am a regional recruiter with the University of Alabama. I live in the St. Louis area, and I work with students throughout Missouri, Kansas, and Southern Illinois. It actually just started storming here in St. Louis, so if you'll hear any thunder, that's definitely what it is. Hopefully it won't disrupt the presentation too much, but we all really appreciate you checking all of our universities out tonight. Just a little bit of basics about the University of Alabama. Location-wise, we are in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Now, Tuscaloosa, driving distance from St. Louis is about 8 hours. From Kansas City, it's about 11 and a half hours. So we're a little bit farther from home, but I think that you'll love Tuscaloosa. Definitely get a benefit of some warmer weather throughout the year as well, too. Now we are a smaller city, definitely have college town excitement throughout the year. Hundreds of great shops, restaurants, parks, museums, Tuscaloosa Amphitheater to check out. So while you'll find quite a bit to get involved in on campus, our students also definitely like to get off campus and explore the local area as well too. Now on campus currently we have just under 38,000 students on our campus, and about 57% of our students come to us from outside the state of Alabama. So as a student at the University of Alabama, you'll definitely get to meet a lot of students from different places with different backgrounds. And I think that that's a really great aspect of our campus community. Now we're proud of our students both in the classroom and out. This fall, our freshman class that just started with us this past fall had an average 3.83 GPA, an average 27 ACT, and also 221 National Merit Scholars. But outside of the classroom, our students are very involved as well too, both on campus and in the local community. This past year, our current students logged over 1 million hours of community service hours. Now, at the University of Alabama, you are going to find a great balance between some really strong academic programs and also a great campus life to be a part of. We currently have over 200 programs on our campus. Some of our larger programs include areas like biology, psychology, political science, business, engineering, communications. And we also have some top programs, areas like accounting, public relations, and nursing that have been recognized nationwide. In addition, we have some unique programs like our Accelerated Master's program and also the STEM Path to the MBA program, which allows students to complete both their undergrad and graduate degrees in a shortened time frame. And we do have a lot of students that will look at our Honors College on campus as well too. Honors College is a great way to find a smaller community feel on our larger research campus. Now, outside the classroom, we want to make sure that our students are successful as well too, and we definitely provide some really strong resources for you throughout the year. Areas like advising, tutoring, career resources. This past year, the University of Alabama was ranked #1 in the SEC and #2 in the nation by Princeton Review for internship placement. So we work really hard with our students to make sure that they're prepared for their next steps, whether that be finding their first internship or first job out of college, or whether they might be looking at graduate or professional school as well too. Now, outside the classroom, our students are going to find an exciting campus life at the University of Alabama. And there's a really huge sense of campus pride. Even in Missouri, you're going to hear a Roll Tide every once in a while. So, it's easy to get out there and meet new people and find new activities to be a part of. We currently have over 600 student organizations on our campus. We have a really great Greek community. We have a large recreation program, and we have a full events calendar, some great music, theater, arts, athletic events to check out throughout the year. A big part of campus life, especially for our freshmen, is living on campus. We do require students to live on campus that first year. And along with campus living comes campus dining, and there's some great options as well too. You definitely won't go hungry on our campus. Now, when it comes to the admission process for this fall 2021 class, the University of Alabama was test optional, and we will be making that decision for fall 2022 very soon. But it is a really simple application process. You can apply to Alabama through our own website, or beginning for fall 2022 students will also be a part of the common application. But once we have your application, we don't require any letters of recommendations or essays. So we'll want to see your official high school transcript. And then if we're test optional and you choose to submit your test scores, we'll want to see those as well too. We are enrolling admissions, but we do recommend that students keep track of our January 15th scholarship application deadline. Now, a great thing to know about the University of Alabama is that we have some really strong scholarship opportunities for our out-of-state students. So what you see here on this screen are actually our scholarships for students entering fall 2021. We do review our scholarships each year, so this coming summer we'll have some updated information on our website as well too. But when it comes to scholarships, we have both automatic merit-based scholarships based on GPA and test score. And then we have competitive scholarships that don't take into account test score, but will look mostly at a student's GPA along with their scholarship application and their resume. In addition to those scholarships, we do have our National Merit Finalists and National Recognition Scholarship packages that go beyond the value of tuition, and also some competitive scholarships through our departments on campus as well too. Overall cost for the University of Alabama with room and board included is just under $45,000. So the scholarships can definitely assist you, but we also have financial aid and a December 1st priority deadline each year. Now, I hope that you will take the opportunity to come visit campus. We currently are offering our campus tours Monday through Friday, as well as, some great virtual options as well too that you can check out before you come to campus in person. My contact information is on this screen, and I will also make sure to place it in the chat box. But once again, appreciate you all viewing our presentations tonight and look forward to working with you through your college search. I will hand it back over to Jay.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Amanda. Really appreciate that here. Our next presenter is going to be Sacred Heart University. Kim, take it away.
Hi there, everyone. My name is Kim Perrett, and I am with Sacred Heart University, which is located in Fairfield, Connecticut. Sacred Heart is a private Roman Catholic university, and Fairfield is actually about 1 hour outside of New York City. So it's a beautiful suburban area, but yet you have close proximity to New York City, and we're also about only 2 hours from Boston as well. So really great location. There's my information there, and I will put that in the chat later as well. I want to go over some academic information first. We do offer 5 colleges of study at Sacred Heart. We offer a College of Arts and Sciences, which is where our School of Communication, Media, and the Arts is located. We have a great major in sports communication. It's very popular right now. Also a School of Social Work there. We have our Isabel Farrington College of Education, our Jack Welch College of Business and Technology, which houses our School of Computer Science and Engineering, which also includes game design and cybersecurity. Those are very popular majors right now as well. We have our Davis and Henley College of Nursing, which is ranked best in Connecticut. And we have a College of Health Professions, and I'll talk about that more in a minute. We offer 2 campuses. We have a main campus and a west campus. West campus is only about a quarter mile down the road. We have 5,600 undergraduate students, and including our grad students, it's 8,400 on campus. We're ranked in the top 10 for happiest students. I always like to throw that one in there. And we have study abroad. We actually have campuses in Ireland and Luxembourg, and then we have programs for study abroad with 30 other countries as well. Individualized attention in the classroom, average class size is 22. So I mentioned the College of Health Professions. This college only has 3 undergraduate degrees, but look at all of the master's programs in our doctorate in physical therapy. And this is an area where if you really want to study one of these programs, you can actually be pre-admitted as an incoming freshman, depending on your GPA, depending on courses you've taken and grades you've made. You can kind of have your path planned out for the next 6 or 7 years. So one of the most important things at Sacred Heart is to get involved. Our students are very active on campus. We actually rank number 10 in the country for students who give back to the community. That's a huge thing with Sacred Heart. We're very involved with the surrounding communities and just have lots of volunteer opportunities for students. We have fraternities and sororities. We have over 33 Division I NCAA teams. We're a very athletic campus, very sports minded. Club sports are very popular as well. So there's always a lot of school spirit. We're the pioneers, go Pioneers. And aside from that, we have a large performing arts area too. Band, orchestra, guard, choral, dance groups, theater arts. So there's plenty to do for everyone. Also an active campus ministry program and plenty of multicultural organizations and a brand new diversity and inclusion center as well. So I'm not going to talk too much about these photos, but I did want to show that we are a growing campus. We're one of the fastest growing Catholic universities in the country right now. Adding new buildings, new residence halls, everything is new, and pretty on campus. So we have our new athletic center, our new West Campus, which I mentioned before, and our beautiful new residence halls, which is this next slide, talking about living at Sacred Heart. We do have 4 years of housing available on campus for students, but there is a 2-year residency requirement. And there are many choices. Like I said, so many new pretty buildings with different styles. There are traditional style dorms, there are pod style, apartment style, so suite style, all of that. So really awesome. We have some great virtual tours, both on our website and on YouTube as well. So for admissions at Sacred Heart, we are Common App exclusive. We do require one letter of recommendation, and an interview with an admissions representative like myself is highly recommended and actually required if you're doing early decision or if you are not planning to visit campus or engage in a virtual event. Submission of test scores is optional. We've been test optional for a while, and it's been working out just fine for us. So, so definitely submit it if you'd like to, and you don't have to. Our average GPA for non-nursing students is around a 3.4. Average GPA for our nursing students is a little bit higher just because it is a very competitive program. We do offer scholarships to every student who is accepted. So those range from about $7,000 a year up to $18,000 a year. There are many other grants available based on interest, like what I was talking about before: band, choir, theater, community service, biology scholarship. And of course, to apply for federal aid, you have to fill out that FAFSA. And for institutional aid, aid that we might give you from Sacred Heart, we do require the CSS profile. And both of these forms are available again on October 1st. And there's my information again. I want to thank you all so much for listening. Thanks a lot.
Thanks so much, Kim. Really appreciate that. We're going to move right along now to our final presentation with University of Tennessee. Kevin, go on ahead.
Hey, greetings from Rocky Top. My name is Kevin Berg, and I'm the Associate Director of Freshman Admissions. I'm actually based in the Memphis area, and I recruit students from the Missouri area. Also, it just started storming here as well, so there could be some thunder in the background as well. So the University of Tennessee, we are the land grant and flagship institution for the state of Tennessee. We are a research one, Carnegie Public Research University. And so we encourage our undergraduate students to get involved in undergraduate research. We had Division I athletic game day experience as well. And we have 24,000 undergraduate students. What makes us sort of distinct, and on the right side of the presentation that you will see, is our majors. We have over 360 different programs within 9 undergraduate schools and colleges. And some of our distinct majors are supply chain management, and you see the engineering there. Both supply chain management and engineering are top 35 public programs ranking wise for undergraduate students. Construction science, as well as forensics with anthropology. We actually have a body farm on campus. Our architecture program is top 15, and we have a direct admit for nursing as well. I think one of the great things that makes UT great is our location. We are situated in downtown Knoxville, so students get the experience of college as well as just being immersed in our community. And that provides them a lot of options for internships as well as that undergraduate experience as well. For our admissions process, it is a holistic review. So we look at a student's academic success in the classroom as well as their experiences outside the classroom. We look at their grades, the core courses. We want to see that they are taking advantage of the rigors offered at their high school. The other thing we look at is we are test optional, but we encourage students to take the ACT, SAT as well. And we do require that the students self-report their grades as well. And that's a separate application from either the Common App or the UT application. The other thing we look at are required essays. So we do require at least one essay, and we want to see the students' extracurricular involvement and what they are taking part of. Our early action, the application will go live August 1st, and our early action deadline is November 2nd. So for those students who want to be considered for honors as well as the competitive scholarship application, make sure they apply by November 1. Decisions are going to be released mid-December. For our regular admission, it is December 15th, and those decisions will be released mid-February. Other things to note is our out-of-state scholarships. Our volunteer scholarship begins at a 3.8 GPA and a 28 super score. And the higher the ACT score you have, the more dollar amounts you will receive. Our Tennessee Explorer begins at a 3.6 GPA and a 24 ACT. For those students who apply test optional, we do have our Beacon Scholarship, and that is for test optional students. And it really focuses on the academics of the student. It starts at a 3.8 GPA, and it also focuses on their extracurriculars, as well as their leadership, their community service. So definitely when you're working with test optional, make sure you really sell yourself throughout the application process of talking about what you've done. Finally, I encourage you guys to come out and visit and check us out. We are fortunate to have in-person visits. We allow a parent and a student to go on our campus tours. But as we move forward, we are open for the fall with students on campus. We also do virtual activities this spring as well. And all that information can be found at visit.utk.edu.
I am muted and now I'm unmuted. I'm going to ask all of my panelists here to bring their video back up because I have a couple questions here that I'm going to ask you, and we'll answer in the same order in which you all presented. But the first question I have here is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? Our first presenter here is going to be University of Nebraska.
My advice to any student and or parent is to have a conversation now, if you're a junior, not only about your hopes and dreams in the colleges and universities you might want to look at, but also to have the very honest and frank discussion about money. As a parent myself of 2 college-aged kids, those are really crucial connections that you can make with your parent or with your sibling or with your dependent or with your child. And so that expectations are set and groundwork is laid right up front. I think all of us on this panel are dealing with families now who haven't had that honest and frank discussion, and it's April 7th. So that would be my most pertinent piece of advice for any student and or parent.
Gotcha, thank you. Rachel with University of Richmond did have to step out, but we are going to move right along to Regent University. What do you have to add here?
I would say if you haven't already done so, I would suggest making a new email address that you use specifically for your college search process, so that all those emails that you're asking for more information from different schools, and we always encourage you to look at a lot of different schools. But they're all going in one place. It's easier to navigate that and not have it in your other inboxes. And sometimes, crucial information gets lost that way. So if you haven't already done that, just get a new free email address for the college search process.
Awesome, great. University of Alabama.
Yeah, I think especially this year, my biggest piece of advice has been, with the virtual environment that we've been in this year, a lot of pretty much every college out there has really had to kind of beef up their virtual options, whether it be meeting with your admission counselor online or doing a virtual tour or virtual info sessions for academic colleges on campus. Before you can get to campus, and if you can't make it to campus yet, definitely take advantage of those online offerings so that you can still learn a lot more about your specific areas of interest before heading down to campus.
Gotcha, absolutely. Sacred Heart, what do you have to add here?
I want to add a couple of things, actually. First of all, just be sure to give other colleges a chance. I mean, you might have your favorites, but definitely look around out there, get some ideas from your counselor, from friends, parents of friends. Really just look out there and you might be able to find something new and different. The other thing I wanted to say was about the essay. I did an essay workshop last night. Don't sweat the essay. It's very important, but it is a piece of the application. So as long as you're writing about something you enjoy and about yourself and letting us know something about you, it's going to be okay. We don't expect to be reading an essay that's written by a 35-year-old because we know you're 17 or 18. Thanks.
Awesome, great. And University of Tennessee, what do you have to add to this?
So yeah, sort of to go off of what Kim said, you know, there's a lot of great universities out there, and the big thing is that you should visit your schools that you have an interest in. What it ultimately comes down to is fit, figuring out where you see yourself for the next 4 years. And you will know that when you are on that campus, you will get that gut feeling that this is where I want to be. And fit can also be along with location. In the college, it also can be financial aid. And so make sure you follow through with that, follow up with the financial aid office to make sure everything's in play, knowing that this is a big investment. And we know for many that financial aid can play a factor if they can't afford a school. And also just make sure you do all of that in advance before you confirm your enrollment.
Great. Yeah, no, I appreciate all that advice. Thank you all so much. We are going to go ahead here and close up this evening. So I just wanted to say thank you to anyone who is here live. Thank you to all of you watching the recording, and a big thank you to the schools and giving us your time and telling us all the great information about what you have to offer. Thank you so much. For anyone attending here, there is going to be a short survey when you go ahead and close this window, just an easy 4 questions. We at StriveScan would love to have your feedback, just so we know that we're doing the best that we can. Also, this is just one of many sessions. There are more happening this evening and tomorrow. If you'd like to learn about more schools, definitely register for those. And within about 1 week, you'll be able to find this recording and others at strivescan.com/Missouri. All right, I'm going to close us out here, and you all have a wonderful evening. Bye now.